Okay, one of the things I'm fairly well known for in the field is developing the andragogical model of teaching adults. And so maybe I'd better explain a little bit about how I got onto that and what it means. In 1967, I was doing a summer short course at Boston University in adult education, and one of the students who showed up for that was a fellow named Dujan Savicevic from Yugoslavia. And after about the third or fourth session of this summer course, he came up to me with his eyes all shining and said, "Malcolm, you're preaching and practicing andragogy." And I said, "Whatagogy?" Because I'd never heard of the term before. And so he explained to me that this was a term that was now being quite extensively used in Europe to provide a label for the growing body of knowledge and techniques for working with adults. The andragogical model assumes that adults have a deep psychological need to be self-directing, to be responsible for their own lives, in contrast to children who are told in school, "You are a dependent learner," so adults, if they're treated like children, start feeling sort of violated. If they're not given some choices, some opportunity to participate in planning their own learning, carrying on their own learning, they start feeling violated. This deep psychological need is being frustrated. So that I think is the key assumption that differentiates andragogy from pedagogy. But also, adults enter into an educational experience with a different quality as well as a different volume of experience from what children have. After all, most adults, starting with young adults, have had the experience of holding a full-time job, of having a spouse, having children for whom they're responsible, and in contrast to children who've had none of those kinds of experiences. So adults have come into an educational experience with a lot more experience to contribute to the learning than is true of children. And hence the andragogical model calls for methods that tap in, make use of the experience of the adult learners.